We actually sort of got off the case of how the documentation, the material should be handled, and focused on the individual, the me in that case. I'm not so concerned with myself. I actually am very much at peace with the outcome to this point. And whatever happens, I can live with. I expected to go to prison, just disappear, and the public wouldn't even know about what would happen, because it just seems so unlikely that one individual working with a few journalists could actually succeed against such incredibly well-resourced adversaries. But leaving that aside, leaving aside the fact that I don't think I'm an unhappy ending, right? I don't think this is this great deterrent. I'm actually more fulfilled now, more connected now, and more effective now in my work and satisfied with it than I ever have been before. But when we get back on the focus of the actual material, there's one big counterargument to the model question that we were talking about, which is the WikiLeaks model, which is the one that is so regularly sort of insulted by the press and treated as irresponsible, or that put lives at risk and was reckless. And there are, of course, reasonable arguments to be made that these things could have been handled more carefully because a number of documents were published in an unredacted format. However, this is actually, I think, the largest counter-argument that we have against the government's arguments that classification is being handled appropriately and that they really still understand what a real secret is. Now, the system of classification in the United States government has three levels. You've got confidential, secret, and top secret. Confidential, the lowest level, says it would cause a single document, right, a single paragraph of this classification that's revealed will cause serious damage to the national security of the United States. Secret is grave damage, grave as in dead people. And top secret is exceptionally grave damage for a single document that gets out at that classification. Now, more than 250,000 diplomatic records, classified at the secret level, I believe, were published unredacted by WikiLeaks. And I believe 750,000 records, I might have those inverted, of actual operational military war records, sort of the Iraq-Afghanistan war logs. And yet, at the trial of the individual who was accused and convicted of providing this information to WikiLeaks, Chelsea Manning, the government did not try to argue that a single person had come to harm as a result of these disclosures. Now, if 1 million documents, a single one of which, because they were at the secret level, would cause grave damage to the security of the United States, can be published without anyone coming to harm, without anyone dying. And that's pretty much a matter of public record now, because that happened in 2009, we're in 2016 now. There's no real controversy about it. Have I been too careful? This is a reasonable argument to be made. I don't know the answer, and I don't think I'm the right person to answer it. But increasingly, the older I get, the more sort of familiar I become with this side of the equation, rather than my previous side looking out from the government. We need to be more aggressive as a community. We need to be more comfortable with radicalism and radical change. Radical is not a dirty word. Radical means we're looking at the fundamental problems. It doesn't mean extremist. It doesn't mean we're, arguing in favor of violence or anything like that. But when we're facing systemic problems, we need to think about systemic solutions.